So the highly requested dribble tutorial is here. These are all my dribble moves that I'll be using in today's video. I'm not saying that they are the best dribble moves in the game. It's just what I have. It's what I prefer right now on launch of the game. And these are the animations that you guys will be seeing in today's video. I'll be breaking it down step by step because we have a lot of new controls in this game. Things like the difference between a regular and an aggressive breakdown combo, or something as simple as doing the snatchback, because a lot of people are asking me that the controls are different. So without further ado, go ahead and copy these animations down if you want, and let's go ahead and hop in today's dribble tutorial. Now we're going to start slow. First things first is the size up. Now the size up controls are flicking the right stick without holding turbo. This is similar to last year. Not holding turbo, flicking up diagonal towards the off ball handle will give you a crossover. Flicking horizontal to the left or to the right towards the off ball handle will give you an in between the legs. And flicking down diagonal towards the off ball handle will give you a behind the back. Now John Morant's size up is very clean and very tight, and I like using it. Other size ups I'm sure will work though. Now this is where it gets tricky. We're holding right trigger, and this is going to be our escape animations for the crossover. Holding right trigger and flicking up a diagonal towards the off ball hand, it'll give you the Kemba Walker is the animation that I have on, or you could use Trae Young flicking up diagonal towards the off ball hand, just like the crossover, or horizontal to the left or to the right towards the off ball hand will give you the in between the legs. Now the behind the back though, down diagonal towards the off ball hand, isn't in the escape animation. It's actually in your behind the back animation. This is the Jamal Murray behind the back. A lot of people asking how I do this move to get open, because it does create a lot of space. Faking going left and going back right, you can create a lot of separation. To do the snatchback, it is very different this year. Now this year you can't spam it back and forth. You can hold right trigger. This is the control. You hold right trigger, flick directly down on the right stick, you'll get a snatchback. Depending on your animations, depends on the animation that you will receive when you put in these controls. You see when I try to chain two together, it gives me a behind the back animation. So I'm going to break this down for you. After you do the first snatchback, you have to throw in a size up crossover. This is what I found to be the fastest way to chain them together. We're going to do a snatchback and then let go of turbo, flick horizontal up towards the off ball hand to do a size up crossover, and then we're going to chain it with another snatchback animation. It'll look something like this. We're going to snatch back, hold right trigger, flick directly down, and then we're going to go diagonal up to the right because that's where our off ball hand will be. And then we can start to chain these moves together. You can always go horizontal too for the size up, and it's still going to give you the same result. Now we have the double crab crossover from 2K23, holding right trigger, flicking up towards the off ball hand, but we're going to do it twice. First to the right because that's where our off ball hand is, and then to the left, it'll look something like this. And then you can push the defender behind you if he is pressing you really high for an easy crab into a 3. You'll see this move being done in a lot of my clips. Now we have a little combo with holding turbo and going a double in between the legs. We're going to go right first and then left. It's horizontal, so we're going to flick directly right and then directly left while holding turbo. We're going to get this animation with my sigs on. I like to chain a lot of my combos with this because it's an easy input, it's an easy control, and it resets me back to the original ball hand so I can continue comboing up. For instance, the momentum crossover is the same controls as last year. We're holding turbo, flicking up diagonal towards the off ball hand with the right stick, and then the left stick shortly follows. Looks something like this. And we can see this does not use an adrenaline bar at all. So say I wanted to do a little combo like a momentum crossover into the double in between the leg combo. I would hold right trigger the whole time. I would do a momentum into a double in between the legs like this. And then for instance, once we're here, we can do a snatchback, crossover, snatchback, and you can get creative with just those 3 moves that I just shown you. Now, one thing I noticed early in 2K24 that the snatchback doesn't create nearly as much separation as it used to in previous years. So one way we can create more separation from our defender is to have our regular combo. Our regular breakdown combo it's called. Now, if you have my animations on, it'll look something like this. Not holding turbo, flicking directly up on the right stick, you'll get this animation here. And the thing that caught my eye about this regular combo is the first step back. Now it creates a little bit of separation, so whenever we're comboing up, say a momentum crossover, and then we flick up, it's going to create that little, just one step of space, just that little separation. We have our defender leaning backwards because we're faking the drive with the momentum crossover, and then we're flicking the right stick up to create that little separation. If you're trying to reset completely and gain all the separation, you could snatch back and then mix it up with the combo, and then you can back up a lot. For instance, say I'm in front of the 3-point line, but I'm trying to get behind the 3-point line. I can snatch back, flick up on the right stick, do a snatchback, flick up on the right stick. Remember, you're holding turbo on the snatchback, but you're letting go of turbo for the regular breakdown combo. After you get that first in between the leg animation, you can go ahead and do another snatchback. Now, speed boosting in 2K24 is a lot harder this year, which I personally am a fan of. If you just try to run in one direction, you can see I'm getting a little bit of a burst, but it's not a huge speed boost to beat my defender. You also don't get that fast of a burst by just stopping and running like we did in previous years, such as 2K23. Although this move can still work if you catch your defender off guard, it's not the fastest, most optimal move to use. And you can no longer speed boost off of the misdirection moves, such as this. You'll get this animation every time trying to speed boost off of it. So I've been staying away from this move, but I'll still put it in the tutorial. You're holding right trigger, you're gonna flick down diagonal with the right stick towards the off ball hand, and you're gonna flick down diagonal towards the ball hand with the left stick. The right stick does go first, and it's gonna look something like this. Sorry, it's gonna look something like this. As you can see in the controller cam, I'm getting the misdirection. But whenever I try to speed boost out of this move, it's gonna give me a little in and out, very slow burst. This move is still good to combo with, but it isn't a good last move of a combo because you can't burst out of it. One move that you can burst pretty consistently out of, now it still depends on your dribble style, how consistently you can speed boost, but if you do the crab crossover or the turbo crossover, holding right trigger, flicking up diagonal on the right stick, and you get this animation here, if you let it play out for just a second, you can get a speed boost out of it. So if I do any move before it, like momentum for example, and then I do the little end move, the turbo crossover, I can then speed boost out of that move. So I would suggest ending your combos with the turbo crossover. Now, if you try to run or sprint too early out of it, you will get this momentum crossover and it will slow you down. So make sure you let the animation play out for just a second, or not too long, because you'll get a slow speed boost, but let it play out just for a second so you can get that speed boost. Now with Gabby Williams' dribble style, or many dribble styles in the game, you actually don't get the speed boost every time. It's actually not as consistent. You see right there, I didn't get a fast speed boost, but right here I do get a fast speed boost. And whenever you do get the fast speed boost, you can actually quick stop off of the fast speed boost, but you can't quick stop off of the slow speed boost, and it's hard to tell which one you will receive. And a quick stop is after you speed boosted correctly. Now it's just inconsistent, it's not nothing you're doing wrong, it's just sometimes you get a slow burst out of it. Now to quick stop, off the first bounce of the ball on the speed boost, you let go of everything, all inputs on the controller, and then you hold X or square to shoot the ball. It'll look something like this. Actually, no, I got the slow boost there. Let me see if I can get a fast boost. And then I get the fast boost, the first bounce of the ball, let go of everything, shoot the ball, and you can get a nice little quick stop. I've been using this a lot in a lot of my combos. You see right there, I waited a little bit too long after that first bounce, so I did get a fade. It does take some practicing, but with some repetitions, you should start getting better at it. You see right there, we get a little quick stop. But even if you can't quick stop to create separation for a three, remember you always have this behind the back that creates a lot of separation with the Jamal Murray signature animation. Now I tried to make this dribble move tutorial as simple and actually as fast and efficient as possible, because I know a lot of people are, trying to play the game, but some people are here to learn a little bit. I just didn't want to take up too much of your guys' time, so for this, just trying to be efficient, just go ahead and drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel, because I will be putting more dribble tutorials out with new animations. Oh, give me a slow shot right there, but that was hard. But I will be testing out more animations and putting out new dribble tutorials, bro. I try to make them as simple as possible, so all the new people, I really push new people that haven't really dribbled before to start dribbling, because it is really fun, and also just getting better at something is just fun as a whole. If you guys have further questions on this dribble tutorial, I will be streaming live on 2K Labs tonight, September 8th, after this video is out, and I also stream over there pretty consistently. So if you guys have any questions about dribbling, you guys can come in there and ask me anything, but I will try to answer what I can in the comment section down below. So with that being said, man, this is Koza. I hope this video helped y'all out. I'll catch y'all in the next video or stream.